There we go.
Is it going?
It's going now.
Okay. So I looked around at my family life and I said, this isn't the balance that I want. This isn't the level that I want to have. And so I ended up leaving that job to kind of figure out what it was that was going to bring me more balance. And this is where I ended up was helping people with their finances, something that I took a great interest in beforehand and was passionate about, and decided to use the talents and the information that I've gotten to further that. So I would say it's always a work in progress, and it always should be a work in progress. Mm-hmm. We're constantly learning, we're constantly changing, we're constantly adapting to new situations. And so am I there? No, I don't think I'll ever be there. I will always be trying to get better at making everything work in harmony and improving. And once you hit that next plateau, then there's another one you got to get to. And so you can't really, I don't think, ever say, yes, I found the perfect balance in all things. I'm always going to be working toward that.
Yeah, that's great. And I appreciate that you say that, because we do often look at balance as this equal line of giving each aspect, each area of our life equal amounts of time. But that's not the case. I have a child with special needs who requires more attention than my other children. Sometimes, and sometimes my other children require more attention, and sometimes my work requires more attention than my family, and same with you. And so it's this balance is giving the appropriate amount of time, or the right amount of time for the growth, to always be able to see that growth. And
right.
So I really appreciate that you say that, and kind of creating this upward trajectory in our lives, which means we can never stop moving. We'll always be moving forward, because if we do, there's only decline after that. There's
right.
never really stagnation. We're either moving forward or we're not. And so that's great that this change. Now, for people what would you tell people for people who don't want to or can't up and leave their job to start something else that helps them find balance or create
right.
balance in their lives? What would you say to them who are looking to create greater balance with their finances in other aspects of their lives? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, there's, again, it's so personal, right? There's so many things. Take the time to ask yourself what it is, what you value, but think about like Stephen Covey, begin with the end in mind. Mm-hmm. What is your desired end state? What do you want to be due at the end of this process that you want to begin? And usually if you can really dial in on that, you can reverse engineer it to say, okay, in order to get here, this is where I need to be a year from now, which means this is where I need to be 6 months from now, which means this is where I need to be 3 months from now. Mm-hmm. Bring it back down until where do I need to be tomorrow, right? What do I need to do so that tomorrow I'm here, the next day I'm here? And I think that helps, because then you have a roadmap. You have a roadmap that's leading you to what you believe is what you want. Now you might get 6 months into that roadmap and realize that you need a detour, because now that you've learned all of these things, now you look at this end state differently, right? And that's fine. But just making that journey with a goal in mind helps immensely, rather than just sort of setting off and saying, well, I'm going to go somewhere. Right. Here I go.
Right, because it will take them anywhere.
Right.
And anywhere is not exactly where they want to go.
Right. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
Right, exactly right. Cheshire Cat.
Exactly.
So that can be a dangerous path to take. Well, thank you very much, Scott, for your time. And again, if you're interested, it's liveyourwayfc.com, right?
Yep.
And book that free 20-minute call to help you set in motion your financial health. As you've done with your physical health, now it's time to take control of your financial health and see how much more that improves your overall health and your relationships and the good that you can do in the world. So, thank you, Scott. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you,
and make it a great day. I hope you found something valuable from this, that you've taken lots of notes, and that you give Scott a shout out when when you're ready to do that. Can they find you on social media as well?
I have some social media, but not associated with my coaching quite yet.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get there one time, but
Okay.
I feel like that's kind of a weird way to pick people up. They have to know who you are and have to trust you, and I'm not sure that social media is the best way that I want to be spending my time to do that. So.
Yeah. You're not building a rapport by messaging back and forth with someone you don't know who they are. So schedule that call, get to know Scott, and how he can help you. So make it a great day, and remember that a healthy we begins with a healthy me.